What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well, and yeah, that definitely mean that today. Um, yeah, thought I would do something a little bit different today. Want to talk about something kind of other than gaming. I think we all kind of know where I'm going down right now. I'm gonna have some little Battlefield in the background. This was some video I took last week of me playing the Gewehr 43. I was bringing out the semi-automatic rifles again. I was hearing a lot of you guys talk about it. And yeah, I want to do a video on it. And then in that video, my controller actually broke. And yeah, I was able to finish up the gameplay. And yeah, and then I kind of everything was like obviously kind of going crazy. And then, thinking I'm going to somehow go get another controller and my kind of circumstances that I'm in. No, I don't have the virus or anything like that. I'm not trying to go down that route. But I do want to talk about the situation, everything that's been going on kind of lately. Talk about kind of what I'm doing and kind of take a little bit of break right now for gaming. I know it's like, wow, you're the type of person who kind of just plays games, the only thing that you do. And surprising it may sound, I actually do think about other things out there in the world. And normally I would like to make this a full gaming channel, and I don't want to, exasperate people who just come here for that form of entertainment and whatnot. But I think given the circumstances, I do want to make one video kind of what I'm doing and how I'm seeing things. And then I would like to get back onto the whole gaming and entertainment and having us just take a break from basically everything that's been going on. Because, yeah, things can get kind of crazy. But at the exact same time, I do kind of want to put my point of view on this and branch off just for this specific thing. And that's the kind of a rarity for me, as you guys know, who've been here for a while. So, yeah, it's kind of want to talk about everything that's going on, how I'm feeling, what's going on. Yeah, I don't want to freak anyone out, make it seem like, because my tone, that anything's going wrong with me or anyone who are close to me. We're all good. We're all fine. Um, my circumstances is a little interesting. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But I do kind of want to talk about how I'm kind of seeing everything that's been going on lately with everything with the virus and whatnot. I do find it a little interesting, kind of the evolution of wording that I'm seeing from our elected leaders. This will probably work better for people who are in the United States. I'll talk more to the global people because I know there's a lot of people out there in Europe and whatnot who watch this channel, and I care about you guys too. So I'll talk about stuff with you guys as well too of what I'm seeing and whatnot. But for people like in America, how I'm kind of approaching things is I'm kind of expecting the next 2.5 months to be basically this whole shelter in place type of mentality, stay in your home concept for the next 2.5 months at the least. It's very interesting to kind of see from Trump's words to the more it gets kind of spread out, how they're kind of defining things. Trump came out Tuesday, said he was wanting to see the next 15 days what the virus would do. So that would give you by the end of the month. And then it was very interesting to hear the doctor. His name is Dr. Fauci, or Fauci. I think I'm saying his name correct. That he came out today and talked about how there would be probably several weeks till we really knew anything about the virus. And then it was very interesting to see. I think it was last night. Yeah, it was last night when the governor of California came out and was just trying to be frank to people. And he was just saying I'm going to be as honest as like I was to my child, my daughter. And he was basically said that he told his daughter that he wasn't expecting them. It was most likely that she wasn't going to see school for the rest of the year, for the rest of the school year. And I know it's like I've seen that with some of my younger audience, like people like Marco. I've seen you. You're all off on school and whatnot. I've been seeing you tweet. And yeah, so that makes it sound like if they're not going to be there for the rest of the school year, that's, till what, late May, early June, right? So that's 2.5 months. That also makes sense to the whole conversation kind of going around right now about those payments coming out, 2 payments. That would be like somewhere around like $1,000, and what's being debated right now. So that's kind of been my approach, has been to make sure I'm good for 2.5 months. No, that doesn't mean I'm like running out there and like hoarding things like we've seen a lot of people do with toilet paper and whatnot. Surprising, you guys actually learned a lot about me in probably this video right here. I've actually for like a while now, probably for the past like 5 years, wouldn't say I've been stocking up, but I've been kind of like from coming from a suburban background, urbanized background. I'm the type of person who just kind of have just kind of evolved to a place of kind of recognizing where my weak points are at in my life. So I'm kind of a big person about balance. So what I've done is, found where I would be exposed the most. So actually, for a while now, I've done certain things like, slowly every time you go to the store, you stock up on an extra little bit of water, extra little bit of canned food. So I'm one of those type of people. I wouldn't fall in I would say, the prepper category. I'm more the type of person I see myself as more kind of like a person who's balanced. I like to see if I'm exposed to an area where I don't essentially grow all my food, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. If I'm exposed in an area where I can't go up and just go hunt for tuna or something like that, right? Or I can't get it on the fly, I like to have a little bit on the side. So, but yeah, and not too long ago, I had started up a garden, a pretty substantial sized garden, where I grow probably about 25-30% of my food. So, yeah, that's kind of where I've been at. I've been doing those type of things for a while now. I would have liked to, of course, escalated it more till, so I could be, more than half, probably with the food I've stocked up and things like that for me and to people who are close to me. Yeah, I would like to be more. Obviously, I'm sure we all would like to be more, but this has been kind of concept in my mind as it's been, you don't want to be exposed, and it's the reality of where we're in. And the way I've been seeing it as of late is the reality of 2.5 months is kind of the idea of where I think to get an idea what's going to be actually happening. Actually, what are things actually going to be like? And so that's kind of been my mindset. As much as we've been hearing things like days or weeks, I think it might actually be a little bit longer than that. Of course, that's my viewpoint on it. Everyone else has their own thing. I suggest go research and study this type of stuff. That's what I've been doing a lot lately, besides a lot of other stuff as well too, because things have been kind of twisted around given my circumstance. And my main circumstance is I'm very much in contact with my grandfather, who's actually an old veteran. Yeah, it was one of the way back old wars. He was in part of the Korean War, and I basically see him on a daily basis, even before like things of the virus. I'll probably see him even more now, right? So, yeah. So because of that, I've been just taking these massive precautions. If you guys can understand the reason why. Like even today, got more supplies at store, and I'm just going on like a full blown like wiping everything down with Clorox. It's even risky going to the store. We've been doing things like calling in at Walmart and having them like actually deliver it out. Just try to avoid as much contact. I think the one thing I'm most paranoid most is about the stores, because it's such a cluster of people. I was looking at some of my local food charities that they've actually been having people go outside. I've been seeing on the news where they're having people go outside and they're delivering the food outside, not to bring everyone inside, which I think, I'm kind of looking to see if the stores like Costco and Walmart are going to end up doing the exact same thing, because it's maybe like really sketched out about that. But like I spent like I don't know how long. I know Walmart's been cleaning the shelves and everything like that, but I'm the type of person where I'm gonna do me, like I want to trust you guys, and I believe you guys are doing your best, but I'm just to do my part. And so I was just like wiping down like so much of the stuff, and it just takes you actually quite a long time to be doing this. And so it's just been like kind of like a little bit a bit turned upside down, you could say. Maybe probably not as much as most, because again I like to get myself a little bit prepared from these things even before like disasters happen, so you don't have to freak out. But I would like to be at 10 times most. And again, that's just where I'm at. I'm thinking more like 2.5 months. I want to get off kind of thinking of where I've been at. Let you guys know what I've been doing, but more just to tell you that I think more like 2.5 months. I kind of see where we get an idea of where this is going. It's very interesting to hear the doctors talk about it. I think I was listening to, I think it was one of the like head medical people or the health people from I think from LA talk about how the kind of the strategy really isn't to kind of stop the spread of the virus, but more stop how quick it's going to spread into people, right? Because I think the main strat is just to prevent the hospitals from being overwhelmed. As again, that's what the governor of LA was talking about, where he was saying that they, like, I think the count of how many hospital beds to patients that they have, it's too much, right? So they want to make sure that they have enough hospital beds. So by having us all kind of have the shelter at home mentality, we would stop the spread from moving as quickly as it would normally do. So in other words, it seems like they're basically kind of saying, in my opinion, that this virus is still going to spread. We're just going to slow it down, which is a bit concerning again for my situation. Again, like I said, I very much in contact with my grandfather, helped take care of him. And so because of that, it's like, for me, my circumstance, you guys do you. For me, I kind of got, I obviously we got a lot of things going on in our lives. This is not like a recommendation. I'm just telling you where I'm at. I'm looking more for a vaccine, right? So, and people are like, yeah, that could be a year away. I get it. So it's gonna make things pretty interesting. Yeah, it's pretty crazy times, I would say. That's just kind of my viewpoint of where things are going. I'm hearing people even say, we don't even know what could happen even in 18 months. And yeah, so that's why I'm kind of sitting somewhere in between, where it's not days. I'm not sure 18 months, but it's definitely not days either. And I'm sitting kind of in between, like 2.5 months of seeing what's going to happen, and then really looking for some federal bailout money for the people to kind of help us out, because this is going to be interesting. As much as I feel like I was somewhat getting myself prepared, nowhere near to handle something like this. And it just breaks my heart too, with a bunch of other people who are out there who have no help or anything at all. Like, at least I can be around my family and we can help each other out. Yeah, everything out there's crazy. So yeah, I just want to kind of talk about that for a little bit, how I was seeing things. I will say the whole belief that younger people can't be severely harmed by this virus is definitely an understatement. I think we've been noticing some things coming out of Italy that's not the case. Clearly, in my circumstance, even if it couldn't harm younger people, I would still probably be doing this just for the sake of my circumstance again. But yeah, if you're younger, I would recommend that you do what we're hearing everyone tell us to do: shelter in place. I know there's more executive orders coming out, so it doesn't even matter what I say. But I mean, this is for the best of people, in my opinion. I don't see this as a negative thing. I know some people may have political beliefs about that, and I get that. Trust me, I probably lean more in your direction of how policy should be like. But at the end of the day, with liberty, there is responsibility, and it takes both of these things to interact with each other. So in my opinion, again, I'm not trying to be political about this at all, just my insight and how I feel about these type of things. I would respect these things, because yeah, these things, we don't know where this can go, and it does seem a bit more serious than I think people, at least in America, originally probably kind of felt like. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to say. I will talk a little bit, about I'm watching the stores, how they're going to handle things. I know we got things like the National Guard coming out to help the supply chains. We're not in a food shortage, so yeah, that should hopefully calm people down, where even though there's a lot of demand right now for food, I mean, we're not in a food shortage, so it's a virus. We're not having like, our whole crop disappearing and things like that. So I'm kind of watching to see how the places like Walmart, Costco's of the world handle this, and yeah, I'm just kind of watching to see what they're gonna do here with the new supply chain. I know they're hiring a bunch of people. They're doing a lot of stuff to kind of get this rolling and get things out quicker. They're shortening store hours so they can restock things, resupply things, reclean things, and all that nature. But yeah, I'm just curious to watch what they're gonna do, because for me at least, I think that's kind of the biggest point for me. It's kind of like the store. I can stay away from basically everything else. I think it's the stores that can get interesting. So yeah, I'm kind of watching again to see if they're going to do something maybe like I was seeing with those food centers, those charity food centers, those food banks, where they were like giving people food outside. And I don't know if that will help or not, but I imagine it would do better than just everyone getting inside the stores. So but yeah, that's basically kind of the rundown of what I'm doing. I would like to get back into streaming. I kind of messed up my setup a little bit. I got to get things back in order. It's been a while since I streamed, but yeah, I'd like to get back on that and hang out with you guys. I think I might I want to do this complete full stream. I don't know how everything's going to work. Everything's kind of upside down right now. I still got to figure things out. But yeah, I'd like to get back into streaming. Just play the video games that we love, right? Just enjoy it, have a good time, get our mind off things. And then if we want to talk about this, I'll just point you guys back to this video here. But yeah, definitely think about you guys in Europe, in Australia, all around the world. I know a lot of you guys still there watching my channel. It's not just a full American channel. You guys see where I'm coming from. I'm sure you guys are well aware of this, probably longer actually than probably maybe what America's been doing. So I'm sure you guys have what's going on. Feel free to let me know how you guys are doing. Definitely care for you guys. Like I said, I can't say that enough. I think my mind is really just then basically on the people around me, and then thinking about you guys. It's just what it's been at. Hoping you guys are doing well. Because when I say that in the very beginning of my video, man, I really do mean it, even on days where it's like normal. Because like I was saying earlier, like my concept in my mind, though I wouldn't go so hardcore maybe to say prepper, not like it's anything bad or anything like that, but this is not kind of my mindset. I still do think that in the world we live in today, crazy things happen. So you be thankful for every single day. you live your fullest for every single day. A lot of that has a part to do with why my name is called Live In and everything like that, because I do have a sobering respect for life. So, but yeah, that's basically sums it up. It was a very sobering video, I know, than my normal optimistic viewpoints on things on life. Like, man, here's Levin being very kind of sobering and not talking about video games, not being his optimistic video game self. But I felt like today was appropriate to do something like this, and that'll probably be the only time unless something else happens. But I don't think so. I think there will be a little of my optimism come around, even though, yeah, I have my 2.5 month plan, and who knows what will happen afterwards. The world will keep on living, so be aware of that. And yeah, we'll live together. If everything goes down, we'll live together, guys. We'll find one way or another to stay alive and keep living. So that's what it's all about. And yeah, my controller broke at this point, and I couldn't sprint. So, but yeah, I'll be back. Hope you guys stay well, stay safe. Let me know what's going on. Let me know how you're doing. But I'll catch you guys again later. Peace.